500E, buying and what to look out for. Well, here's part 2 of our 500E buyer's guide, and I'm going to try to discuss touch on some of the points that a lot of guys just aren't aware of when it comes to owning and buying a 500E. So let's start. Let's see here, what is the most annoying thing about getting a 500E in and trying to rehab it? Well, I would think it would be the air conditioning evaporator, because all 124s have this problem, and it is the single most difficult item to repair on a W124. So if you don't know if the AC system is working right or not, it's a good idea to test, and if it doesn't have a lot of Freon in it, maybe recharge the Freon while you're looking at the car and see how much it takes. If a car usually requires more than one can to get up to a working level where the front cooling fans come on and the interior starts to cool down, you may be looking at an evaporator leak. Now, another one are wiring harnesses and throttle actuators. I have mentioned this before, how throttle actuators can deteriorate inside, and they cost anywhere from $600 to $1,000 for Beckman Technologies to rebuild. Wiring harnesses are similar, although they are only about $400 for the upper harness, which is the one that principally goes bad. There's also a lower engine harness that could deteriorate, and well, if you want one of those lower engine harnesses, you can't buy one from Mercedes, but a company called Blue Ridge Mercedes in Atlanta, Georgia does make them. And if you want one, you could put an order in, and in a few weeks you'll get a new harness shipped to you. So theoretically, you can buy all the parts from Mercedes and solder one together, but who wants to do that? One of the next things I like to tell people about 500Es is that they really need to be cognizant of the car's suspension. Most of them were driven hard and they're heavy cars, so front struts, lower control arms, rear axle spindle bushings, and other rubber bushings tend to wear out. Front struts, while not terribly expensive, should be replaced in conjunction with lower control arms quite frequently, and because the lower control arms have a sealed ball joint in the end, you get to replace the entire arm. The ball joint does not separate. TRW is the original equipment manufacturer of these, so it is possible to get them for less money than Mercedes wants. The rear hydraulic suspension is pretty trouble-free and occasionally will need a set of accumulators. Now, one of the last things that I tell people about 500Es is this. If you're dealing with a car that has electronic problems, really the only way to win is to either somehow find a Mercedes handheld tester which can read all the car's codes, or go on eBay and shop around for a star diagnostic system. A basic star diagnostic system that's up and running could cost up to $900 or so. They usually come with a used Mercedes laptop, but I would just make sure that you have the ability to diagnose the cars, because a lot of shops now don't. They have a really nifty 32-pin connector in the rear right side of the engine bay, and plugging the diagnostic plug in there will generally allow you to read any previously stored and currently active codes in the car's memory. So for more questions on buying a 500E, just comment, let us know what you think, and we'll do our best to help. Don't forget to like and share this video.